There is a difference between the new and the sudden, between the origin and the event. Today is the difference. Today is the first. In a game 145 years old, different is notable, new is exceptional, but first is extraordinary. Today, it's an idea made real. Isn't that what America is and what it strives to be? First? It's what these men have strived for from their own beginnings. One from Ashtabula, Ohio, hard along the cold shores of Lake Erie. One from the ragged edge of the Pacific, along the quiet beauty of the Oregon coast. Two from the towns of West Virginia. One from the gray hollows, another from the hard fields, both atop the ladder. Today they enter a design untried, a launch untested, a creation unproven. A day to determine who's still in. It's easy to label them the Final Four, but they are something else, more important and less common. They are the first four.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 2015 College Football Playoff Recap for the 2014 season. I'm Reese Davis. 2014 was the year college football fans had been waiting for. The College Football Playoff had finally come to fruition and made its much-anticipated debut. Following the regular season, the selection committee had its work cut out for them. 6 different teams were under consideration: Alabama, Oregon, Florida State, TCU, Ohio State, and Baylor. And the only question remained was who's in. After much deliberation, it was determined the Crimson Tide would be the #1 seed and face the Buckeyes in the Sugar Bowl, and Florida State would square off against the Ducks in the Rose Bowl.
Perhaps no better place to get this college football playoff started at the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. Tradition and history meeting the future, all inside of one of college football's most hallowed shrines.
To be in the college football playoff, the inaugural college football playoff is, you know, it's literally historic.
The granddaddy of them all, I mean, that nickname speaks for itself.
The secondary story in this matchup is the matchup of Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. Jameis Winston of Florida State, who won it last season, Marcus Mariota of the Oregon Ducks, this year's Heisman Trophy winner. Many believe this will be the last college game for the loser. The winner will have one more to play, and then both will be off early to the NFL.
Today you return to the field a year after winning the national championship right here. How do you use that experience to your advantage?
Hopefully the atmosphere and environment, learn how to play big games and not worry about the outcome, just go play the game. And these guys have been in a lot of big games, so hopefully we'll carry it on to today.
You know, college football fans have been thinking about what will this Final Four really be like. We've been waiting and waiting, and it's finally here. This is a big celebration.
Byron Marshall is back deep for Oregon, and we're underway.
You're playing for everything. You got to put it all out there on the line.
Freeman again, muscles in, and the Ducks take the lead.
Winston keeps it, lunges for the end zone. Touchdown for now. It'll be very close.
After review, the runner's knee was down with the ball short of the goal line.
Another quick play. And waltzing into the end zone, and Oregon stretches the lead to double digits.
They're a team that is very explosive. They're very dynamic. We have to set a tone and let them know we're there from the beginning.
Williams breaks free, stutter step, standing up, touchdown.
The inaugural game to usher in the college football playoff era featured the last 2 Heisman winners, Jameis Winston of Florida State and Marcus Mariota of Oregon. Neither had a touchdown pass in the first half.
Buckle up, because it's going to get interesting in the second half. This is where typically you see Oregon and Florida State play their best football.
That would be true for one team.
Cook muscles, loses the football. Oregon's got it. Freeman running right, cuts it back, muscles into the end zone.
Winston back to pass, and he gets knocked down, lost the football. And a quick slant, throw to caught, and off to the races goes Darren Carrington down the far sideline for a touchdown.
He's just so good at keeping his eyes down the field. With him, you know that the play is always live until the whistle blows.
You know, he loves that just impromptu game of just being a playmaker, you know, part point guard, maybe that rugby background of just, you know, just doing his thing. But he's pretty good in the pocket, too.
Mariota keeps it for now, cuts back, and Marcus Mariota, a green blur to the end zone.
Straight back Winston, a lot of time, nice pocket, steps into it, nowhere to throw it, now in trouble, spins back to his right, slips and falls, and the ball comes out of his hand. It's picked up by Tony Washington, who's going to run it back for a touchdown. All the way back for a defensive score for Oregon.
I'll tell you something, Florida State's quit. They have shut down the operation here in the semifinal.
34 unanswered points to turn a close game into a beatdown.
How did you beat them this decisively?
Well, we just tried to out-team them, you know, and I think our defense just played very, very well in the second half. And offensively, we tried to do enough to make a difference. But extremely proud of our guys and our coaches. Great representation from our fans. And now we got one more.
Still to come on the 2015 College Football Playoff Recap.
It's just who's going to want it the most, who's going to do the little things, who's going to come out ready to play, who's going to start fast.
We head to the Sugar Bowl to see if it will be Alabama or Ohio State to join Oregon in the first ever College Football Playoff Championship.
Congratulations to Oregon. The entire season now down to just 3 teams.
Half the bracket is set. Oregon decimated Florida State by 39 to reach the championship game. Now the attention turns to the 2015 Sugar Bowl. Top-ranked Alabama taking on number 4 Ohio State.
There's no question in my mind that, you know, Urban's one of the best coaches in the country, and we know it's going to be a tough game against a very well-coached team.
That team, however, was led by Cardale Jones, who began the season as the 3rd-string quarterback. Jones was coming off his first start of the season, a decisive win in the Big Ten Championship against Wisconsin. In that game, he threw for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, Coach, given it is the 2nd start for Ohio State quarterback Cardale Jones, what does your defense need to do to affect him and make him uncomfortable?
Well, you know, I think we got to disguise what we're doing. We obviously got to win up front and try to put some pressure and force them in the pocket a little bit.
Scarlet filling the Superdome along with the crimson of the Tide fans of Alabama.
Our fans bring us a lot of energy. When we got energy, I don't think we could be stopped.
Bucket Nation's always strong. They always show up.
Here we go.
Both teams struck early with big plays.
On a 2nd and 13, just a straight handoff to Ezekiel Elliott trying to get wide right, and he got the corner and a hurdle, and now Elliott off the races down the sideline. And now it's big Derrick Henry rumbling down the sideline. Touchdown. The ball is long and caught by Devin Smith.
Back to throw. Here's the toss. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jalen Marshall.
They fake the pitch to him. Sims on a bootleg. Throws on the run. Touchdown, Amari Cooper.
Only Alabama found the end zone early.
7th play of the drive. Here's the play action and a throw that's intercepted. Picked up by Cyrus Jones. 1st and goal just outside the 1. It's Yeldon again, and he'll walk in. Touchdown, Alabama.
After finding themselves down 21-6, Ohio State turned things around in the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Deep middle, caught by Marshall, inside the 20.
You got to find a way to crack the code here and get into the end zone.
Marshall crosses the field. Elliott leads the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. That one puts him right back in business. Jones straight ahead, and he's still running with it. Cardale Jones inside the 15. With 19 seconds left, end around, and now a pass coming up. Spencer to the end zone. Thomas.
Did he get a foot down?
Yes, touchdown. Yes. Boy, did they ever do it with style, huh?
This is not a play that fooled Alabama, but the ball is thrown in the right spot. Did he get a foot down?
Wow.
After 2 quick touchdowns, the Buckeyes trail by only a point at the half. That momentum continued in the third quarter.
Jones waited to the last minute and let it fly, and he's got Devin Smith. Touchdown. And the Buckeyes have the lead. The Buckeyes are shocking everybody right now. 27-21. Sims is leveled by Lee.
Another sack for Ohio State.
The last thing Alabama wanted to do to start the third quarter was give up a touchdown to the Buckeyes and then have a situation like this. Sims, quick throw, intercepted. Picked off by Steve Miller. Miller. Defensive lineman Dream. Touchdown. What else can happen in this game?
What else happened? Ezekiel Elliott happened.
Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got an opening. Elliott off to the races. Can they catch him? No, they can't. Touchdown. 85 yards.
Elliott ran for a Sugar Bowl record 230 yards. But Alabama wasn't out of it yet.
Sims throws. Caught by Cooper. Touchdown.
After a quick score, the Crimson Tide got the ball back, down 7 in the closing seconds.
Let's see if they go for the whole enchilada here with 8 seconds to go. Down 7 at the Ohio State 42, moving right to left. 8 seconds left. Sims back to throw. Rolls right. He's going to air it out towards the far right corner of the end zone. It's a jump ball, and it's intercepted by Ohio State. This game is going to end. They're returning it back upfield to the 20-yard line, to the 30. Tyvis Powell has ended the game. The Buckeyes are headed to the national championship game to take on Oregon.
It's your third-string quarterback. I don't want to minimize Cardale Jones, but how are you continuing to do this despite all the adversity?
Our quarterback's product goes around him, and got some good players around him. Future's bright at Ohio State.
I think Oregon won by 40 today. Can you talk about
Oregon won by 40?
What was the 59-20?
I gotta go. We gotta go get ready for that one.
So the game is set. The first ever college football playoff championship between Oregon and Ohio State coming up. Oregon entered the 2015 college football championship as a 7-point favorite over the Buckeyes.
Underdogs. What does that word mean to you?
It don't mean nothing to me because anything can happen on any given day. So, I mean, it doesn't favor me at all.
Is there anything special you have to do against them?
They're a tough defense, and you got to come in and play with your A game. Don't try to overdo anything, just play within yourself, and the system will work itself out.
When we return, we revisit the first ever college football playoff championship game.
I think just the feel of the game, the atmosphere here, it feels like we're going into a Super Bowl atmosphere. And not only that, you look at the physicality of Ohio State, the athleticism of Oregon. It's a great classic matchup. These two teams earned the right to be here. They played extremely terrific football the entire season, but just the way the diversity of both teams, the way that they play. Ohio State's going to come out and hit you right in the mouth, or Oregon's going to come out a little finesse, but they're going to still stick it to you defensively.
AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys, but tonight it is home for some college football history. Ohio State and Oregon will battle to win the first college football playoff national championship.
This is what we play for. This is what you get up for championships. And, you know, for us to be the last two teams practicing around this time of the year is just a huge blessing, and it's a humbling experience.
You obviously feel the excitement, you feel different things like that, but you know, I'm not stressed about anything. I just try to, you know, focus on what I have to do and make sure that I do my job correctly.
The inaugural college football playoff championship featured the Oregon Ducks after they humiliated Florida State in the semifinal by 39 points, led by Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Mariota. Their opponent, Ohio State, led by its third-string quarterback Cardale Jones and elite running back Ezekiel Elliott. The Buckeyes defeated top-ranked Alabama after scoring 28 unanswered points, propelling them to the championship.
Oh, we're an underdog. Absolutely. They got a Heisman Trophy winner that's played. I saw the stat. He's started 40 games. He's got 80,000 yards or something. You know, he's got thousands of touchdowns. We got a guy that's played 2 ball games, and we're the underdog, but that's okay.
Coach, you talked to your team quite a bit about not playing tight. Easier said than done. What is the key to not letting this moment be too big?
Yeah, talk about it, you know, and confront it. And we just talk all the time about our process and the next step. And there's a bunch of stuff going on, but just focusing on what really matters is the key. You're finally here with your team. Why will you win?
I'm worried about kickoff right now. I got a great group of kids. I love them to death against a great team. College football is highest level right now.
This is for the national championship. It's in the air and off we go from Arlington.
Oregon's high-octane offense, led by Mariota, struck first.
Mariota still got it. Pressure. Now gets away. Flings it for a touchdown. Caden Lowe puts the Ducks on top.
But after setting the Sugar Bowl record for rushing yards in a game and being named the game's offensive MVP, Ezekiel Elliott was ready for more.
As Jones hands up the middle, Elliott inside the 30, Elliott 20. He accelerates the 15, Elliott at the 10. He's gonna go! Touchdown, Ohio State! What a run by Ezekiel Elliott. Shifty, speedy, and the Buckeyes an extra point from a first quarter tie game.
Elliott takes a handoff, barrels free again. Zeke Elliott down near the goal line.
And Cardale Jones, in just his third start, continued making teams pay.
Jones bobbled the snap, now fires far side, Bennett, touchdown Ohio State. Third down, Jones again has space and motors into Ducks territory for a first down.
Jones straight drop back, climbs the pocket, rolls to the right. He lofts one downfield. Breaking free is Devin Smith. He caught it at the 6.
Sneak, second effort, spins into the end zone, and Cardale Jones has given the Buckeyes a 2-touchdown lead.
The Buckeyes' 11-point halftime lead was short-lived as Mariota took his first snap of the second half.
Mariota has good protection, loops it downfield, and Marshall is wide open and running free. They will not catch him. It can happen so quickly for the Ducks. 70 yards on the first play of the second half for Oregon. Jones backpedaling, loses the ball, it's out in a scrub over there. Oregon has recovered the first disastrous play for Cardale Jones.
The Ducks quickly erased their halftime deficit to pull within a point. And with that, the Buckeyes star rusher had just one request.
And Elliott makes that sign, kind of rotate that wrist up by your mouth and say, hey, keep feeding me. I am warm and I am running hard and playing great.
Got it again. Elliott Ohio State on the final play of the quarter.
It's Elliott running to the right. Elliott is in for the third time tonight. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Mariota throws complete. Nope. Incomplete.
The Oregon offense was held to its fewest points of the season, 27 points below its season average. Defensively, the Ducks could not contain Ezekiel Elliott.
Elliott dots the I of this national championship win. And the Ohio State Buckeyes are the first national champions of the playoff era.
What does the moment mean to you?
It's a life changer, man. I'm just so happy. I want to share with the guys I love, and I love these guys.
It's a dream come true, but it's still an unreal feeling, you know. Looking at all this confetti fall, and
this is a foul. Come here.
And all my teammates play.
I love you, baby.
Like I said, it's just an unreal feeling, man.
One of the great stories in college football history of closeness, of team, of selflessness and strain. And this will go down as one of the great stories in college football history.
History was made in the first ever college football playoff. Think about this. Under the old system, Ohio State wouldn't have even had the opportunity to play for the championship. Instead, Urban Meyer led the Buckeyes to wins over the two teams previously ranked in the top two and won his first national championship at Ohio State and the third of his career. The star power of this playoff would also impact the NFL. Florida State's Jameis Winston would become the top player selected in the 2015 NFL Draft by Tampa Bay, followed by Marcus Mariota going to Tennessee. The following year, in 2016, Ezekiel Elliott, who was named the championship game's offensive MVP, would be selected fourth overall by Dallas. We hope you enjoyed our look back at the first ever college football playoff. I'm Reese Davis.